Your attention span is and while it's not entirely your fault, you are still heavily to blame. We live in a society where if you're not consuming, you're not useful. Whether that's food, shopping, or even watching your favorite YouTuber. But one common trend to take note of is the fact that all the successful people you idolize produce a lot more than they consume. We've been molded by our environment to be uncomfortable with silence, thinking about our future and everything that happens to us on a daily basis. People these days give their brain no time to digest information and things they experience. And because of that, people wonder why they're stressed at the end of the night when they're trying to fall asleep. Well, on that 30-minute train ride home, if instead of scrolling TikTok, you thought about your day, maybe you'd be less stressed at the end of the night. So many people self-diagnose themselves semi-seriously with conditions such as ADHD because of their inability to concentrate on anything time-consuming. Even if it's something fun like watching a movie, people struggle to not scroll their phones. And don't get me started on reading. Most people just physically cannot focus on a book. Now, regarding ADHD in Australians, 5 to 10% of children are estimated to have ADHD, while it's only 2.5% in adults. Now, why has it jumped up 2 to 4 times for the new generation? Well, there's not a simple answer, because while ADHD is mostly genetic, there are environmental factors that play a key part in whether a child has ADHD or not. But one thing I can note is that not a single person I've met that's under the age of 20 has not mentioned their issues with procrastination, focus, and their attention span. If only there was one thing that came out around 17 years ago that could be distracting people. The iPhone. It came out 16 years ago. The iPhone. Now, am I attributing technology as a whole, or specifically the iPhone, to be the sole reason that people's attention spans are declining? No, that would be stupid. However, I am saying that it is an enabler and a huge catalyst for people's attention issues. I mean, when was the last day that your phone wasn't the first and last thing you saw? Surely that's a bit of a sign for how dependent you are to it. There are 3 things that are associated with living a happy and healthy life. Whether you're eating well, exercising, and most importantly, sleeping well. Well, your phone doesn't affect what you eat, and if you exercise, arguably, let me paint a familiar picture of how it affects your sleep. It's 10 p.m. School or a work night. You need to go to bed at 11 because you're getting up at 7 and you want your 8 hours of sleep. You pull out your phone, you go on Instagram, you then go on YouTube, followed by TikTok, Snapchat, and then you end up back on TikTok for quite a while. You check the time and it's 1 a.m. It's been 3 hours, but it felt like 30 minutes. You think, shit, now I'm only going to get 6 hours of sleep. But it's all good, I'll turn on my light now and I'll get 6 hours. But then when you turn the lights out, your brain's still active and you struggle to fall asleep. You spend an hour or 2 trying to fall asleep, finally you fall asleep. You wake up in the morning, feel like trash. You've had 4 hours of sleep, not even a coffee can wake you up, but you check your phone to get on with your day. Does that sound familiar? Well, in this case, not only did your phone distract you from getting the 8 hours you wanted, but it also affected the quality of your sleep because the blue light from your phone suppressed the amount of melatonin released in your body, basically just a hormone that makes you drowsy. So when you went to bed, you were alert, you didn't sleep as deep, didn't get deep sleep, so you wake up feeling like trash pretty much. And what are the effects of lack of sleep? Well, to name a few, heart disease, kidney disease, diabetes, stroke, obesity, depression, Alzheimer's, and dementia. So if you're wondering why I recently put on a couple of kgs and have bad memory, sleep. So then maybe your attention span does affect your exercise and diet. Now, to end on a nicer note, I got a challenge for you. I want you to go outside on a 30-minute walk, take in what you see, what you hear, think about your future, what you want in life, and when you come back from that walk, see how good you feel about it. Trust me.
Just do it!
Wow, what a video. It's editing me from the future. I just wanted to say, if it was an easy issue, there'd be a simple solution. So just live your life to the fullest and, for God's sake, put your phone down sometimes.